Good morning, everyone. It's the last day of our trip today, and we still have one more spot to go, which was Duduma Falls. We are going back today. We are going back home today, but we are going to end this day on a good note. So the reason why we didn't cover Duduma Falls yesterday was because the O'Malley Hills and the waterfall was in completely opposite direction, which meant we had to travel for around 70-80 kilometers, might even be 100 kilometers. So we opted out of that altogether. So that's why we'll be covering the waterfalls and Machkund power plant. Machkund power plant is situated in a remote area, so we decided to visit the power plant first. I couldn't film inside the power plant because obviously it was a government building, but we were allowed to see the inner workings of how they produce electricity that lights an entire city and the railway system of Eastern India, if I remember that correctly. But other than that, the waterfall is situated amongst countless mountains and mountains. I can't speak yet again. The waterfall is situated amongst countless mountains, and the scenery seems just like someone has painted an entire valley surrounded by mountains. Was that repetitive? I'm sorry if it was. Now, this log gate that we are walking on the other side of this dam or log gate, lies Andhra Pradesh, so people often use it to travel from Andhra to Odisha, I guess, because I saw a few people doing that. And this log gate is also where Machkund power plant gets its water directed from. So yeah, you saw the power plant. Not the power plant. You know what I mean. But it was too hot and the sun was on our heads, so we didn't stay there for long. And the next spot that we are going to is where apparently you can see the Duduma Falls from, but we could see every waterfall but Duduma Falls. So make your decision, people, if you want to come here or not. Well, now it's time to go back. I'll meet you once we get home. Hi, so we are back, and as you can see, we are tired. The train was early in the morning. It was 5:30 or so, so we are tired. Anyways, so a couple of things about this trip that I want to tell you, which is okay. So a couple of things about this trip is that this trip was not cost efficient. First, Koraput is not equipped for tourism, not yet. So the transportation cost, because you won't get any transportation for like tourism as a tourist or as a tourist. I mean, if you're a traveler and you're someone who can hitchhike rides, certainly go ahead if you can communicate in their language. But if you're not, they are not equipped for tourism, certainly not equipped for any kind of tourism, because they do not provide the kind of food you would want often. They would lack on that front. If you are somebody who has very specific choice of food, the kind of food you want to eat, you might not get it there. And most of all, as I said, since it's not cost efficient, the transportation that we took were mostly private, and it costed a lot of money. And the reason why it costed even more was because none of the spots that we saw was like in a 30-minute drive or so. Everything was almost like 60-70 kilometers, which was a long ride. Like, you saw, I was in the car most of the time. It was a little bit hectic, but well. And for the food part, if you can manage, if you want to eat like they eat, like if you want to experience that, certainly go ahead. They have a lot of options there. But if you're not used to it, you might have some trouble. So that's like, other than that, the trip was great and everything, but yeah, you saw the rest. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this series as much as you did the last one as well, or as much as you did this one. I hope you have enjoyed this series more. So I'll see you next time. Until then, like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.